Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to KRSTV. This is your boy Kenny. Now remember, subscribe to my channel. Click that bell so you get notifications every time I drop a video. Also, follow all the information I have in the description box. Also, like this video, comment on this video, and share this video. Now, this is my video review of this phenomenal stage play that is currently on tour, and I am talking about no other than Tre Floyd Productions, before Black Lives Matter. For those of you who follow me on my channel, I'm a huge fan of Tre Floyd's productions. You guys know that I reviewed, Love, Sex, and Marriage. He has a show called Me and the Mister, which is done with his sister, Aisha Dillard. Great seeing you. Great seeing her again. And it's just a phenomenal thing that I got a chance to watch this play, because this play is so profound and the message really cuts deep. And the thing is, I really do see Tre Floyd one day doing films. I mean, this guy's genius is just impeccable, and he's just getting better and better. I mean, because Love, Sex, and Marriage, the stage play, I had a phenomenal time, and I even had a greater time with Before Black Lives Matter. And the subject matter, of the story is very, truthful to our experience as being black men in America. And, definitely it even hit home for me, because I actually had a cousin that was killed by police, so it definitely hit home. And this production spoke volumes to the black experience, and what it is that we constantly deal with, as far as our relationship with the police, but more so about our relationships with one another. So the synopsis of Before Black Lives Matter is, I'm gonna read it right here. In a world where to some Black Lives Matter is a movement, and to others, Black Lives Matter is nothing more than a simple hashtag. And the story is revolved around Daniel, who is a senior in high school, whose friend was recently killed by a police officer. To keep Daniel safe, his mother sends him to live with his aunt in the suburbs. But Daniel quickly finds out that no matter where he lives, he is still a black man, and there are certain things that he cannot do. And that's pretty much, the synopsis of the story of Before Black Lives Matter. And as I mentioned, I've dealt with this, even within my own family. So it was like a very, very deep play. Even at one point, it brought tears to my eyes, because it really was profound, as far as our relationship with the police, but then also this class distinction within the black community, to the blacks who are living in low-income housing or the ghetto versus the blacks who live more privileged and live the suburban lifestyle, and how those different philosophies constantly clash. And I even kind of tapped into this, and because I recently did an event with my social group, the T-Zone, where we talked about black-on-black resentment. But let me talk about this Impeccable Cast. Christian Ivy played Renee. She's actually the aunt of Daniel, and also the mother of Noah. And I have to say, Christian Ivy did a phenomenal job. She's a great actress, and it was great meeting her. Also, Tamisha Foster played Danielle, who is Daniel's mom. I love Tamisha. I definitely loved her on Love, Sex, and Marriage, the web series and the stage play. Tamisha is a phenomenal talent, and love her as a human being. So she really played the role as Danielle. She was that mother that didn't play, and she was a mother who wasn't ashamed as far as where she came from. She stood in it, and she was definitely a mother that loved her son. Candace Newson plays the role of Christy, Now, we got a lot of Christies out here. I mean, because every time Christy got on stage, Christy just made my blood boil. Like, there were times I wanted to jump on stage and strangle her ass, because of her philosophy. Because, Christy comes from this middle class background. She's a privileged black woman, and she kind of has very, I would say, stereotypical opinions of blacks who come from the hood or low income, circumstances. But I have to say, Candace Newsom really played this role, because every time she came on stage, people in the audience was like, "Oh, this bitch!" Like, it was like that, and I have to say, she did a great job. Also, Larry Philly Cotter plays Jake. Jake is Daniel's uncle, as well as the father of Noah, and also he's Renee's husband. And Larry Philly Carter, I'm a huge fan. Love him as Darren on Love, Sex, and Marriage. And to see him in his role as Jake, he did a phenomenal job playing this role. And I was so here for it. Also, Q Solomon played the role of Tommy, who was actually Jake's best friend and also the husband of Christy. And I have to say, Q Solomon, you did your thing, brother, because him being a police officer, even though he's a black man, being a police officer, you do have the blue code that you have to honor and uphold. So even though he's a police officer and he's a black man and he knows what's going on out here, he's kind of caught in between him being a black man, but then also him being a police officer. And let's just say he made moves in this play that really had us looking like, really, dude? Seriously? I mean, especially the last scene he had. I mean, I literally myself wanted to pull a gun on him my damn self, but it's a reality. And Raquel Holland played the role of Noah, who's the son of Renee and Jake, and he's also Daniel's cousin. And I must say, Raquel, I am a huge fan of. I love him as Ken on Love, Sex, and Marriage, the web series and the stage play. He's a great talent. And to see him as Noah, he really played this role up, because Noah is like the straight A student. He's pretty much a bookworm. He has this hat with the little wheel on it. I mean, he really played this character down. I mean, it gave me Steve Urkel. It literally gave me Big Bang Theory. I mean, he really played this role up, and he did a great job. And I definitely enjoyed seeing him in this role. And it's funny because him and Raquel and Larry play a couple on Love, Sex, and Marriage, and then to see them in a role as father and son was a definite twist. And they really they did their thing, and I was all here for it. The role of Daniel, which was a starring role, was actually played by Brian Dwayne. I love him on Love, Sex, and Marriage when he's playing the role of Jeremy. And then to see him in a starring role, he was phenomenal. I can really relate to Daniel. I mean, where a lot of the anger and resentment was coming from after seeing his friend get killed, and then having to live with that reality. I mean, I definitely saw a lot of Daniel in myself, because I felt that same way when my cousin was killed by the police. And the fact that it didn't have to go that way, and to know that to lose somebody dear to you due to police brutality, that's not a very easy pill to swallow. So Daniel's anger really spoke to me. But then to see Daniel evolve throughout the production, it really goes to show you that you can prevail, and you can still be an advocate for your community, but you can also reach higher heights that you never thought were possible. And also, Nathan Heidel played the role of Ryan, who's the son of Chrissy and Tommy, and he's also Noah's best friend, and he's a nerd too. And he's actually this is his first production, and he's actually in his teens, but he was great. I really loved him in this role. You know, him and Noah were like these two nerds who wanted to make a big impression on their prom. You know, they wanted to go as the Beastie Boys, you know, because they're privileged black guys. So, you know, they wanted to be cool. But once, you know, Daniel came into it, they thought that finally we got the third person to be a part of our Beastie Boys, you know, theme for the prom. Oh, Daniel was like, oh, no, we going as Run DMC. Bump that. And I have to say, it was very moving, because I don't want to give away everything. I want you guys to go and see this production. You know, this production was done very well, and I am a true fan. I even got the DVD. You know, the DVD. You know, encourage you guys to support Tre Floyd at TreFloyd.com. You know, get tickets, get your merchandise. And another great thing that happened at the performance was we got the VIP experience. So we actually not only got to meet the cast, but we got, you know, there was an open bar where we got free drinks, and we were able to mingle with the cast and crew after the show. And it was great because I got to meet new people that for the first time, but then I also was like a family reunion, you know, for the ones who were involved in the production of Love, Sex, and Marriage. It was great to see Tre Floyd again, and it was also great to catch up with some of the cast members that I already know. But then I also was honored to meet the new cast members on this production, you know, as well. So it was a really great night. I truly enjoyed myself, and stay for this entire video because I'm actually gonna have you know, pictures of, you know, being at the event. And, you know, I truly enjoyed myself. Tre Floyd, keep doing what you're doing, man. You know, we as a people need you, and this story needs to be told. But then, you know, the whole concept of before Black Lives Matter, that before this movement, we as a people need to start having these open conversations with our children and with our families, no matter what economic level you may be at, whether you're in the hood or whether you're in the suburbs, because no matter where you are, they only see one thing. So that's what I have, y'all. Get down in those comments and let me know your thoughts, and check out the rest of this video. So until next time, everybody, take care.